Welcome to your first of 2 suicide prevention briefings for this year. This training is meant to generate thought and promote discussion. We recognize that this topic may be difficult to discuss and may contain sensitive material. Some of you may have had personal experience with suicide and it may be difficult to participate. At any time, feel free to leave the room if you're having difficulty. Please let your wingman or supervisor know if you feel that you cannot return to the training. Though we want open dialogue today, we also want to remain respectful of those around us. Since we do not know what experiences with suicide others within the unit have had, all statements should be respectful of other viewpoints, even if there is disagreement. Resource lists with numbers for local, national, and installation resources will be handed out during the training. Make sure you receive one. In total, this training will last about 30 minutes. The Wingman culture is central to the Air Force's approach to taking care of its #1 resource, its people. Being a great wingman involves both taking care of yourself and taking care of those around you. I want all airmen and their families to learn to cope effectively with stress and life's challenges to help weather good times and bad. In this course, we'll use a dramatic scenario to demonstrate and discuss a range of topics, including protective factors, early identification and intervention of risk factors and warning signs, the Ask, Care, Escort model, and helping resources. The video you're about to watch is broken into 3 segments. In this first video, the host provides an overview and we are introduced to Chad and his wife Lisa. The host also introduces protective factors.
The Air Force depends on its total force to complete its mission each and every day. A critical aspect of our Wingman culture is the commitment of individuals and communities to taking care of themselves and each other. Suicide prevention is essential to this effort through the early identification of stressors followed by effective coping. Maintaining a healthy and balanced lifestyle can prevent many physical and emotional problems. Still, problems are a part of life, and when they do arise, the Air Force encourages all members of the Air Force family, whether active duty, Guard, Reserve, or civilian, to seek help early. Addressing problems early can prevent them from becoming worse and ultimately affecting our careers and families. Unfortunately, it's difficult to know all the stressors our wingmen might be dealing with. It's equally difficult to predict how individuals will react to stressful events. For these reasons, it's important to be alert and to take action when a wingman is in distress. This training is designed to give you the tools to help yourself or a wingman in need. The training video provides a scenario that is divided into segments, which demonstrate examples of protective factors, warning signs, and risk factors. The video will also demonstrate an intervention using ACE, or Ask, Care, and Escort. Identify helping resources available to airmen, and emphasize the importance of following up with others through the resolution of their problems or stressors. Let's begin by meeting Tech Sergeant Chad Watson, who has volunteered for a TDY in support of a mission outside his state because he's had trouble finding work locally. His wife Lisa and their 2 children did not accompany Chad to his new location, so he is living with his cousin, Dan.
So how's it going?
Oh, it's been okay. A little more cramped than I'm used to. And Dan's not nearly as good a cook as you are.
What about work? You feel like you're fitting in okay?
Yeah, it's a tight group, and they all seem like they're good guys. It's been a steep learning curve, though.
Yeah, the first few weeks at any new job are tough. You'll be rocking it in no time, I'm sure.
Yeah, I hope so. How are Maggie and Drew?
I don't know. Hey, kids, how are you? They're great. They miss you. They send you lots of love and hugs and kisses.
I miss you all, too. So much.
Just remember, this is temporary. These next 6 months are gonna go by so fast, and we'll all be back together again before you know it.
Sounds good.
Because everyone faces stress and life challenges, it's important to continually assess and strengthen those factors in your life that help you effectively cope with and overcome challenges and maintain a balanced lifestyle. Protective factors are positive behaviors and supportive connections that can serve to protect against stress. So it makes sense that protective factors are an important element of suicide prevention. They include positive relationships with family, friends, and coworkers, as well as a sense of belonging. Coping skills such as effective problem solving, goal setting, and knowing when to seek help, consultation, or mentorship. And practicing positive thinking or beliefs such as acknowledging the positive aspects of a situation, maintaining positive expectations for the future, the feeling that you have the ability to influence that future, the belief things will get better even when they're going wrong, and religious or spiritual beliefs. The Air Force supports building and maintaining a balanced lifestyle through Comprehensive Airman Fitness, or CAF. CAF encourages taking care of each other and ourselves by being aware of our wellness in 4 domains: mental, physical, social, and spiritual. Being able to recognize a lack of balance in yourself or your wingman is key to seeking and receiving the support you need. CAF can help instill or strengthen existing protective factors to help you cope with stress or major life changes in positive ways.
We're going to spend some time going over protective factors and other positive behaviors and supports that can serve as a protection against stress and adverse events. Protective factors are positive behaviors and supportive connections that can serve to protect against stress and promote effective coping in the face of adverse events. They are an important element of suicide prevention. Chad and Lisa have several protective factors. They have a good relationship and strong family ties. Suicide prevention contributes to Comprehensive Airman Fitness. It helps airmen to understand their roles as wingmen and contributes to airmen becoming comprehensively fit, mentally, physically, socially, and spiritually. Being comprehensively fit helps our overall resilience and our response to stressors. The Air Force Resiliency program provides positive behavior skill sets training to help an airman become more resilient when faced with life's challenging and changing demands. The more we use the wingman concept, the more we encourage each other to be resilient by doing the right thing and making better choices, even when those choices are difficult. Protective factors are those things that buffer individuals from suicidal thoughts and behaviors and prevent or reduce an individual's vulnerability to suicide. Protective factors enhance the resilience of each airman and may serve to counterbalance risk factors. Maintaining a balanced lifestyle is important. It helps you to identify when there are problems and work to resolve these problems early and proactively to minimize the impact on you, your loved ones, and your career.
Dan, hey, my car broke down just a couple miles from your apartment. Have you left for work yet? Oh, okay. No, I'll just call one of the guys from the office. Thanks.
Sergeant Grady?
Hey, Tim, it's Chad.
Hey, what's up?
Well, my car just broke down.
Oh, man. That's not the way you want to start your day, huh?
No, definitely not. I'm waiting on a tow truck right now, but I don't have a way to get to work after that. Any chance you could pick me up?
Sure. Where are you?
I'll just call you from the shop.
Are you kidding me? That's more than the car's worth. I don't know what to tell you. That's just the minimum to get you back on the road. It would be twice that much to make this car dependable for more than a few months.
Oh,
Bad news?
I told him I needed to talk to my wife about it, but I already know we're just gonna need to buckle down, buy a new car. It's not worth it to fix that piece of crap.
So I guess you'll be needing a ride to and from work for the next few days?
Do you mind?
Not at all.
Military life can be both rewarding and challenging, and everyone deals with stressors and adversity. These things are a part of life. When talking about stress, it's important to remember that most people deal effectively with life stressors without thinking about suicide. For some people, however, challenges can seem overwhelming, which may eventually lead to thoughts of suicide. Risk factors for suicide can be anything that makes it more likely that a person will attempt to take their own life. Risk factors can relate to things that are going on in a person's life, such as relationship problems, legal problems, financial problems, medical problems, sleep problems, workplace problems, or family problems. These stressors may or may not be visible to others. For this reason, it's important to acknowledge changes in those around you and engage with anyone you're concerned about. Ask questions, understand what's going on, and provide support. It's also important to recognize risk factors in yourself as signs that you may need additional support.
We could put the repairs on a credit card and pay a ridiculous interest rate, and we'd still have to worry about that car breaking down. Or we could get a loan, buy a car with a warranty, pay pay a lower interest rate, and then we don't have to worry about the car breaking down. Well, not anytime in the near future, anyway.
You realize we can't afford either of those options, right? I mean, we're barely breaking even as it is. Just with our mortgage and our utilities and everything else. We can't add another monthly payment.
Well, Lisa, we don't have a choice. We're gonna have to figure something out. I mean, Tim can drive me to and from work for a few days, but I'm going to need a car of my own eventually. So what do you suggest?
You're not gonna want to hear it.
Just say it.
I could go back to work. There's a job posting at my old company. It's my old job, in fact.
Does he still work there?
Chad,
What about the kids?
my mom can help drop them off and pick them up from school, and she even said she could make them dinner if I had to work late.
What? You already talked to her about this? Did you already apply?
Not exactly.
What is that supposed to mean?
They approached me, and I told them I would think about it.
Thanks for keeping me in the loop.
Chad, I wasn't seriously thinking about it. It's just now, like you said, we're running out of options here. Chad, say something.
When would you be able to start?
The moment I accept their offer.
Fine. It's getting late here. I need to go to bed. Give the kids a hug for me.
I will. I love you.
Good night.
Break my door, you pay to get it fixed.
Sorry. Do you take IOUs? Because I can't find a bank that does.
What are you talking about?
I've applied for a car loan at 3 different banks and 2 different dealerships, and I've been turned down by every single one of them. Too much existing debt. And they won't take my word for it that we have a second income. No, they want to see pay stubs. Well, Lisa doesn't get paid until the end of the month. What am I supposed to do without a car for another 2 weeks?
Would it help if you had a co-signer?
Dan, I can't ask you to do that. You're already doing enough by letting me stay here.
Who says I was offering? I just said it might help.
Don't tell Lisa.
Got it.
This section discusses how individuals cope with stress and what challenges can overcome an individual and increase their risk for suicide. Suicide is a complex issue, and stress does not directly cause it. We know all airmen experience stress and hard times, and the overwhelming majority conquer and resolve these challenges by using healthy coping skills and support systems. But there are some who may get overwhelmed and begin to think about suicide. Early intervention is preferable in getting help because it often helps resolve problems before they become larger and more complex. It also prevents problems from impacting personal and professional life. Negative career impact is less likely for airmen who seek care and seek it early before their work performance is affected. Results from Colonel Rowan's research in 2006 confirm that the overwhelming majority of airmen voluntarily seeking help at mental health do not have their commands contacted or experience long-term negative career impact. As we discuss getting help, it's important to understand this. Mental health providers can only notify commanders in the following situations in accordance with DoD regulations: threats of harm to self, others, or mission. Inpatient care is needed. Special personnel, i.e. presidential support. Substance abuse treatment. Command-directed mental health evaluations. And other special circumstances.
Oh, really? Drew was doing just fine before you went back to work. He was a straight-A student.
Oh yeah, right. It's all my fault. It couldn't possibly have anything to do with the fact that his father's living in a different state.
Oh, yeah, because I had so many options. I just couldn't wait to get away from my family. Living in a tiny apartment with my cousin, that's way better.
Yeah, it's not like I have a lot of choices either, Chad. I mean, if I don't work, we don't pay our bills. And you better pray we don't have some other type of emergency, because even with both of our incomes, we're barely scraping by. Which, by the way, wouldn't be the case if you had gone with the economy car like I told you.
Well, excuse me for trying to avoid one of those emergencies you're so worried about. But I'm not about to go through winter here in some dinky little car that can't even handle a couple inches of snow. Never mind if we get a big storm. Those happen here, you know. I know that's a foreign concept for you, though.
Don't patronize me, Chad. Hello?
Hey, where you going?
Warning signs for suicide are different than risk factors. They are more apparent and should be responded to immediately. A common theme for warning signs is change. This is why friends, relatives, and coworkers are essential in detecting early warning signs that someone may be considering suicide. Many people who are at risk for suicide show changes in their mood, such as hopelessness, depression, or anxiety. Other emotional and behavioral changes that can also be seen include agitation, anger, or irritability. Changes in daily activities are another area where warning signs can be seen. For example, changes in appetite or sleep. This can include eating or sleeping significantly more or less than usual. Unusual or sudden changes in behavior, isolation, withdrawal, a loss of interest in work, or change in work performance are also warning signs for suicide. Even a positive mood change can be a warning sign if someone has been down for a while and suddenly seems happy or carefree. It's important to ask about the reasons behind the change. And finally, one very important warning sign is talking or communicating about death or suicide. All airmen should be alert to these behaviors and those around them and be willing to personally intervene.
Okay. Bye. Late night?
No, I just haven't been sleeping all that well lately.
You stressed?
Hey, do you want to go to happy hour after work?
I didn't think you drank.
Do you want to or not?
I can't. My daughter has a dance recital tonight.
Maybe another time.
Who is it?
800 number.
You're not even gonna talk to her.
Do you have any idea how humiliating it is to not be able to take care of your family? Of course you don't. You don't have a family. Now she's talking about downsizing. The home that we worked so hard to buy. And we spent so much time making it just the way we wanted it. But she's right. We can't keep breaking even every month. We have to think about the kids' future, saving for college, all that stuff. So she's going house hunting without me.
This section discusses the warning signs displayed in the video. Warning signs are usually more apparent than risk factors and signal a significant change in the person. The common theme for warning signs is change, and they should be responded to as soon as detected. Generally, the stressors people face are temporary in nature. We want airmen to choose to seek help and community support in a healthy manner. There are some ways to encourage help seeking, coping, and overcoming adversity. Focus the conversation on healthy ways of seeking help and receiving support. Talking with friends and family, reaching out to a trusted mentor, peer, or supervisor, seeking help from local helping agencies, attending medical appointments, discouraging suicide as a permanent response to a temporary situation. Discuss the impact of suicide, the impact on loved ones, on coworkers, and mission. Encourage early intervention while problems are small and have less impact. Discuss the benefits of getting help in terms of the specific problems it can avoid, like loss of career, DUIs, or divorce. The people most likely to spot a person at risk for suicide are the ones who interact with them on a daily basis: friends, family, coworkers, or immediate supervisors. These individuals are best positioned to notice changes in an at-risk airman's behavior, mood, or performance. Engage with the person to determine what caused the observed changes. Assist in choosing resources to resolve stressors and be supportive through the process. And communicate concerns with the chain of command as appropriate. Early intervention and resolution of problems can prevent them from becoming bigger and more complex. If you're concerned about someone, the time to act is now. There are many resources and helping agencies available to airmen when engaging with suicide prevention. As we just illustrated, as a wingman, you can use the ACE to ask what is going on, care for your wingman by expressing concern, and escort your wingman to the right resources. Local wing resources include the Wing Director of Psychological Health, Supervisor, First Sergeant, Commander, and Chaplain. You may also dial 911 or the Military Crisis Hotline at 1-800-273-8255 and press 1 for military. We'll conclude the storyline with Chad next time, but remember, one person, one conversation, one text message can help a wingman in need and might even save a life. Taking the time to notice what's going on in your wingman's life and intervening early when something's not right can make all the difference. Being great wingman is a two-sided coin. When you take care of yourself, you're better able to take care of those around you. Airmen taking care of airmen and encouraging responsible decisions keeps us all safe and healthy. The topic of suicide prevention is something that has recently touched this wing, both directly and indirectly, and is one of the TAG's top priorities. Thank you for your time and attention to this video message, and I would ask each and every one of you to take this message to heart and watch out for each other.